Unspoken desires. A soft breeze carried the scent of summer rain as Maya sat on her apartment balcony, the city lights flickering like distant stars. She ran her hand through her dark, shoulder-length hair, lost in thought. It had been a long day at the advertising firm where she worked as a junior graphic designer. She was good at what she did, but somehow the routine of it all had begun to wear on her. Maya wasn't the kind of woman who drew attention in a room full of people, but she had a quiet, confident charm about her that people often gravitated towards. She'd always dressed in simple, muted tones that reflected her calm nature, but tonight was different. Tonight, she wore a soft, peach-colored dress, a slight departure from her usual jeans and t-shirt combo. It wasn't because she was trying to impress anyone. She just felt like being someone different, even if just for a few hours. She wasn't expecting company, but a part of her hoped for something unexpected, a small adventure to shake up her otherwise predictable evening. As if on cue, her phone buzzed on the table beside her. The name Isla flashed across the screen, sending a small flutter through her chest. They had met a few months ago at a work function, and though they hadn't talked much at the time, there had been something about Isla that Maya couldn't forget. Isla was tall, elegant, and had an air of effortless charm that made Maya feel instantly at ease around her. She was also notoriously hard to read. That night, they had shared a few glances that lingered just a second too long, but neither had made a move beyond polite conversation. Until now. "Hey Maya." Isla's message read, "Are you home tonight? I'd love to drop by if you're free." Maya's heart skipped a beat as she quickly typed back, "Sure, I'd love that. Come by whenever." Barely 20 minutes had passed when there was a knock at her door. Maya smoothed her dress and took a breath, feeling a mix of nerves and excitement. Opening the door, she found Isla standing there, looking effortlessly chic in a fitted black blazer over a lace top. Her auburn hair was pulled back in a messy bun, loose strands framing her face. "Hey," Maya greeted her with a smile. "Come on in." Isla stepped inside, her warm gaze sweeping over the apartment. "You have a beautiful place," she said, her voice soft yet commanding. "Thanks, I try to keep it cozy," Maya replied, suddenly aware of how small the space felt with Isla in it. Isla set her bag down on the chair and smiled. "I brought wine. Thought we could have a drink and talk." Maya couldn't help but notice how Isla's smile seemed more personal tonight, more intimate. She nodded, her voice catching slightly. "That sounds perfect." They settled on the couch, glasses in hand, and after a few moments of light conversation about work and the usual small talk, the air between them grew heavier, filled with the unsaid. There was a tension Maya hadn't expected, but she couldn't ignore how much it excited her. "I've been thinking about you," Isla said quietly, her eyes meeting Maya's. "Since the night we met, actually." Maya's breath caught in her throat. She hadn't realized Isla felt the same way. "I've been thinking about you too," she confessed, feeling her heart pound in her chest. Without another word, Isla leaned in, her lips brushing softly against Maya's. The kiss was tentative at first, but quickly deepened as Maya's hand found its way to the back of Isla's neck, pulling her closer. The world outside seemed to fade, the hum of the city distant as their connection took over the room. Isla's hand slid down Maya's sides, the fabric of her dress gathering beneath her fingers. With a gentle tug, she pulled Maya onto her lap, their bodies pressing together, heat building between them. Maya could feel her skin tingle with every touch, every breath shared between them. She had never felt such desire, such need before. Their kisses grew hungrier, more urgent as Isla's hands roamed over her body, tracing the curve of her waist, the line of her hips. Maya's pulse quickened, her mind dizzy with the intensity of it all. She didn't want this moment to end, didn't want to let go of the fire Isla had sparked inside her. "Stay with me tonight," Maya whispered breathlessly, her lips grazing Isla's ear. Isla smiled against her neck, her voice low and sultry. "I'm not going anywhere." They moved together with an instinctive rhythm, the wine forgotten on the table as they lost themselves in each other. The night stretched on, their passion unfolding in waves, a language without words that both seemed to understand perfectly. When the first light of dawn filtered through the window, they lay tangled in each other's arms, the quiet stillness of the morning wrapping around them like a cocoon. For the first time in a long time, Maya felt truly alive, like she had been waiting for this moment all her life without even knowing it. Isla kissed her forehead softly, her fingers gently brushing through Maya's hair. "You feel like home," she whispered, the words laced with tenderness. Maya smiled, her heart full, her fears silenced. "So do you," she replied, knowing deep down that this was more than just a fleeting moment. This was something real, something they both had been searching for. The rest of the world could wait.